Button is hit.
Nerds!
The button is hit. The button is hit, and you are live. Welcome to the Who Knows If We're Live podcast.
We're live.
I'm pretty sure we're live. Yeah, what's going on, guys? Dealer here back again with yet another Real Deal Xbox podcast. We've got a ton of great topics today. A fantastic panel. As we get to our good lad D Batch, he's scalping Xbox Series X's as we speak. No, but seriously, guys, thanks for joining us. You guys are amazing. Shout out to everybody already in the chat. Hit the like button if you haven't. Share it out. Help us out a little bit as we let people file in. We got some shout outs, some topics. Cody Eastwood, welcome back to the show.
Thanks. It's a good week. A lot of good stuff to talk about. You loaded up the topics, didn't you?
Who knows? We've also got D Bashimus Prime. How you been, brother?
I'm good, man. It's been a busy week, so it's good to kick back and hang with the fellas. I gotta say, though, it's gonna be a great show. Man, can't wait. Some of these topics. Yeah.
D Batch. We've also got.
Don't give it away.
Fonzarelli, the grounded gamer. How you been, buddy?
Hey, it's a fantastic day. I was able to score a PS5 last night off of Amazon, so I am very happy about that. So now I'll be staring at a big, huge console, collecting dust with my other big console collecting dust right beside it. So we need games, damn it. That's what I'm saying. We need games.
Sleepy Goblin 2D says, how much is D-Batch selling these damn things for? Shout out to
Inbox
oh my God.
Special prices.
Shout out to Dildo Gaggins. Dildo Gaggins. Shout out to you
Best
for becoming a
name
channel
ever.
member, buddy. Appreciate all the channel members. Everybody takes the plunge. Do appreciate it. Dildo Gaggins, especially you. We've also got Zalker87, brother. How you been?
Doing good, man. Excited to talk about these topics, and I'm glad that Fonz finally got his PS5. I'm really happy for him.
Are you lying right now?
He's gonna play Miles Morales on it.
Right.
Yes, in fact, I will. I'll play that 4-hour game. I'll beeline it to the end and show everybody, look, it's a 4-hour game.
That's a
it's fun.
$50 purchase to Beeline, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I bought it for my daughter. She had a great time with the game. But yeah, I'll play it, definitely.
Confirmed. Face hitter. We've also got Hypnoise. Shout out to you for coming to the channel, brother. And we've also got Dark CMF. Thanks for $5 super chase. Says, hit the button. We certainly have. We've also got some topics here. Nano Polymath as well says, good morning, powerful gamer. How we living? And RDNA 3 claim. God, he's trolling. He said, I'm not kidding. RDNA 3. It's a big subject, and there's some big stuff going around. So again, thanks for everyone joining us. We got Tim Dawg. He's gonna be here sometime. I think he got lost in the bathroom somewhere, so he'll be here. He will definitely be here. Let me get the shout outs up. Big shout out to Alex Emery. We've also got Elk Dude, YouTube Bad Boy Live. We've got Achievement. Shout out to you, brother. Nano Polymath. We've got Blitzkrieg, Grunt, Zoradin, Dr. Vortex, Game Genie Prime, Slim 73, Pink Orc Bot, Costanza, Wayne, Scout Trooper 74. Holy shit, I'm saying these fast. KY Bob, Wakanda X and T, Goose 8402, Straw Hat Khalifa. It's just a classic name right there. Assassin Lupa, Foreign Object, Gab Queese, Teo, John Blue. We've also got Beck Boss, Deviator X, Real Deal, Neil, Suicide King, Tasteless Genie, Michael Bowen, Guillermo Cavillo, who I hope to see soon, All Might, AJ Hutton, Gaz, Dark, CMF. I might have already said that. Alfonso Hogan. Thank you guys for what you do. Whew. Hey, Zalker, real quick. Last week we was told lock it down, break and report Halo on PS5, crystal ball action. Well, fake insiders and dummies, their faces have exploded when it was announced that Halo was just going to a simple browser.
Well, I heard that it was like confirmed, and then Fonz was like, "Is it?" And he went and bought a PS5 right away to play Halo 5 or Halo or whatever, Infinite, and every Halo on PlayStation. That's what he did.
Yeah, because I was going to leave you guys on Xbox. Bye. I'm going to the better console over there.
Later, bitch.
You just want a console that doubles as a space heater. Because she's cold over there. Cold. We's kidding. Somebody just got
Fonz, honestly, Fonz, have you seen one yet, like in person?
Fonz, it is bigger than you.
Not.
Dude, that thing is huge. No, I'm not even joking. Like, I'm not even trolling. Like, when you get it, you think, oh, everybody said it's big, and then you're going to see it, you're going to be like, Jesus Christ.
They were not
It's
kidding.
pretty freaking big.
Honestly, seriously, Zucker. PS5, Halo, I thought it was happening.
Yeah, it's not happening. People are stupid to even run with that. When I saw that, I honestly thought it was just some stupid rumor. Like, just some idiot posted on Twitter, then that was it. And then I was like, why is this like on sites? It's like, are they that dumb? Like, it's not going to the PlayStation, folks.
Oh man.
Like, it's not happening.
I got
and
a little
then,
free
of
for
course,
gaming bolt later in this episode. Actually, here soon in this episode for running with another fucking bullshit article they just ran with. Also, shout out to all my community cash and beyond.
Can we just take a moment and like, drop a little dirt on these caskets for people that were like RDNA 3, this, that, Halo coming? Like, can we just, like, obviously these people were just making shit up for clicks and they're not worth listening to. And some creators that like reported on this, like actually went back on their shit, because they have, a little bit of integrity. And we're like, yeah, sorry, that's my bad. And a lot of these other people are just doubling down or tripling down, quadrupling down, being like, now. It's like, be careful who you listen to.
Megatron won. Oh, look, Megatron. 9 lives. Greg E3 Egg. So, I mean, we did talk about this last week, and it was kind of like they were angling it more towards VR, if anything, but we knew for sure it wasn't PS5. Cultist.
Yeah. Wait a minute. So, are we saying that people wanted Halo on PS5?
I feel like they
Is
did.
that what they're saying?
I feel like they did.
Yeah. They want Halo. They want Halo. They make fun of it, but they want it.
Well, let us know, chat, what you think about that. I know that when it was announced, we were like, yeah, the same frauds, typical. We would like to have fun. We would like to have a little bit of fun with it. We'll admit it, right? So we just let these guys talk. Colt, what was your kind of thought on the browser and not quite the console megaton that people were hoping for?
I mean, I thought at the very craziest that it was going to Epic Game Store or something, but I didn't really say much. Yeah, I thought I think my craziest was Epic Game Store or VR on PC, which would have been pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, talk about an underwhelming announcement when everybody was flying off the handle that Xbox got no games. But typical stuff. That it just goes to show you that, I mean, the diehard fans on the PlayStation side want the big games, just like we want other big games. So yeah, it's just
well, Colt, to be fair, right now, neither side has any big games out right now.
No, I mean we are in a drought until
there is Destruction All Stars, and that's
hold on.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in. It's $70.
Demon's Souls is a pretty big game,
but that's been out, man. That came out last year.
No, I know, but like nothing. I mean, all the
I'm talking about right now. What are people playing right now? There's nothing. I mean, you got people hyping Destruction All Stars.
I just snorted some stevia.
$70. Let that sink in.
Woo.
That's insane.
That is a lot.
That's crazy.
I thought it was free, actually.
Didn't they got microtransactions on top of that hold back like parts of the game. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, we just
anyway. I just
had
to go on a little right there.
Yeah, we wanted to bring up the Halo PS5 thing because we had a lot of people in the chat that were kind of curious about that, and they're like, "Where the fuck is Tim Dawg at? He's still not here." And long story short, it didn't come to PS5, and I just thought that was funny. I wanted to point that out, that the same people they just clothesline themselves again. Now, there was something here regarding a PS5 chip leak. Chat, let us know what you think about this. All Might just alluded to this, RDNA 3 and beyond, where they did have some kind of die shot thing going on, and RDNA is missing some things. D-Batch, as entertainingly as possible. Go ahead and kind of break this down and let people know what happened here. Do you think it's real? And what'd you have for dinner?
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely real. And some user, his name is Fritzkins Fritz or something. He did an X-ray of the SOC of the PlayStation 5 and found some interesting details, or the lack of it.
Oh shit!
For the longest time, people were saying, "Oh, it has Infinity Cache on it. It's so much more advanced than the Xbox Series X. Oh, the CPU, it's more advanced than the one found in the Xbox Series X." And just the short of it is that all these leakers, they were absolutely wrong. It does not have Infinity Cache. There's no fucking RDNA 3 on there. Like, for goodness sakes, like, the console can't do RDNA 2 features. It doesn't have VRS Tier 1. I see a lot of guys floating stuff out there saying, look, the developer says the VRS that's coming from the PlayStation 4, it's going to be on the PlayStation 5 for Metro Exodus. Look, it has VRS.
That statement literally proves that it doesn't. It's literally not VRS like the Series X.
If it was on the PlayStation 4, then I don't think it's the VRS that we know today. Now, that's some type of software light implementation of it. The hardware accelerated VRS is a completely different beast. And it doesn't appear that the PlayStation 5 has that, but that's another story. Basically, it doesn't have the Infinity Cache that these guys swore up and down that it did have. And instead of some of these guys just coming out and saying, you know what, we made a mistake, you know what, apparently my source was wrong on this one, so you know what, my bad, that's it. You know, a few unsuspecting people did actually do that, but the bigger ones, and I'm not going to go into names because we don't do that here, but if you know, then you know. Some of the bigger ones, you know, they either skimmed over it or doubled down or said that I can't make this stuff up. Like one person said literally that they never said that.
And then the clip popped up. Do, 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 do.
And then that person said, no, you're taking it out of context. You need to see the whole thing. And if you watch the whole thing, it doesn't change the fact that that person said that. And instead of them owning up, or these people owning up to their mistake, you know, I don't know. It is what it is. And, you know, I'm just excited, honestly. I think the PlayStation 5 is a great console. I don't want to, like, dog it out. Like, I'm enjoying it. Mm-hmm. It's just, you know, some people are claiming that it can do things that it can't, or claiming that it's superior to the Series X when it's not. And you're going to see in time that the Series X is really going to start to shine when the developers get their hands on all of these features, such as VRS, such as mesh shaders. Like, AMD just did an update on their RDNA 2 GPUs for the PC, and they've enabled mesh shading. And the difference that you see from it not being on to being on is freaking huge. Yeah. And this is going to be a huge deal because that's another thing that's not on the PlayStation 5. So let's just put all these rumors to rest that it doesn't have RDNA 3, it doesn't have Infinity Cache on it. You know, it seems like it's missing some important parts of Zen 2, or that could be arguable, to be quite honest with you. It's missing some parts of Zen 2 that are present on the Series X, and that's the truth of the matter.
Baxes. And it's not a big deal. Like we've always said all the consoles are capable. We're not ones that have to put a picture of a CEO on the screen with an L on his forehead or some shit in the video and then talk shit about the console the whole video. We're like, hey, they both have their place. Hopefully they both have their, the right price points. But at the end of the day, we've always said, yeah, until these are confirmed officially by Sony, they don't exist. And we know Sony. They will confirm the shit out of some stuff. If they got it, they'll tell you they got some shit they don't got. They've done, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They've all done it. So right now we know that Series X is only being more performant as time goes on. Digital Foundry actually mentioning this now. They're talking about how the PS5 is apparently I don't even agree with Digital Foundry on that. How it's going to hold back Series X. At least Intel developers code for more CUs, right?
You know, I don't like to speak on the tech side of things, but I will say though that looking at the situation, I understand where some of you guys are coming from with some of the guys that were very condescending with this stuff and very, with their lack of information, the way they were spewing this stuff as if it was legit facts and pushing this narrative. Had this been the other way around, you guys would have been just thrown under the bus, just freaking talked about like crazy. Had, the Xbox not had some key features that you guys were touting.
Yeah.
So I get it. But at the end of the day, I could care less. It's about the games. I want to play the games. I don't sit there and play specs, Yeah,
nobody's ever played
I don't even know what RDNA 3 is. I have no clue what the features are. I don't look into that stuff. So I see what the games look like, how they perform, and they look just fine on the PS5. They look fantastic. It's not a big deal to me, but I get where you guys are coming from.
What you're saying is you like it in juice, huh?
You guys, yes, but you guys would have been totally just dragged for this stuff.
What do you mean, like last
Colt
generation?
doing? What is Colt doing right now? Let's expose this motherfucker.
I am waiting to say something because Fawn's just hit the nail right on the head there. Like, I got dragged really hard for saying RDNA is not full RDNA 2 on the PS5, and that the hardware test that was a GPU test that I did not do, I reported on it, said it was an RDNA 1.5, and like here we are seeing this thing. If it was the other way around, if I was claiming RDNA 3 for Xbox, and if I was saying Infinity Cache and stuff for Xbox, and this comes out 2 months later with the die, like, yeah, I mean, people would have been freaking ridiculous. And
Cole,
I mean,
you get drugged for saying the obvious facts that the Series X is a more powerful console. You get drugged for saying that,
and then
which is
saying you was
insane to me.
wrong. What the?
yeah, I mean, because I told people for months, once we found out that the Xbox was more powerful than the PS5, that most every game would run better on the Series X, and that hasn't been the case on most launch games before they're patched. And now basically they're running nearly the same as the PS5, which is less powerful. So yeah, it's frustrating.
They're running. What do you mean nearly the same? A lot of games are running better with more features now.
Well, I'm talking about like when you're looking at if they. I mean, there's a bunch of games at Xbox.
Where's that
run
fog at? Brought to you by that weak ass Xbox Series S.
Like, you know how the people look at it, right?
Mhm.
The crumb side. They look at it like they ignore
The
the
rats.
Xbox is 2 million more pixels, and then they say it's dropping 5 frames when the PS5's not dropping.
You're
5
talking about the
frames.
screenshot, the worst case scenario, when then the developer says
Yeah,
that's a
I'm
bug
talking
and we're
about
going to
when you
patch
look
it
at
out
the
next
games
week.
overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you look at the games overall, they are a lot of them. The majority of them are running pretty close to the PS5 when it should be better. And another thing we know is this is all basically nearly last generation games. Like everything we've been seeing so far is PS4 Pro and Xbox One X games with a little extra juice.
Ooh.
And we haven't been able to see like the big advantage of them using everything. Obviously, we know they're
But
not
we got
using
more on that later in the show as well.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Like they're not even using this stuff yet because developers have been working on games that they were working on toward the end of the generation.
Hell yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Speaking of performance, we've got already about 1,500 people here watching live, guys. Thank you for what you do. Hit the like button if you haven't. Show a buddy or two. Show your grandma and put some Reset Era. And yes, I mean that. They love me over there. Obviously, we're still waiting on fucking Tim Dawg. Where's Tim? No, seriously, Chad, he'll be here. He said he's going to be here around never. So obviously, I can't wait to get Tim's take on some of this stuff because, you know, again, Tim likes having fun with this. He's missing some good topics right now. The chip leak and all that stuff. Again, we don't. As I've always said, they would clip people to reading the what was that what was that document that we were reading? That said it wasn't RDNA 2. I already forgot what it was. They would clip that and say, you said it wasn't RDNA 2. Well, I said it was fully custom and reading an article, but congratulations, you clipped that. From the beginning, we've always said these things are custom, so it is what it is. Don't really care. We just want better performance out of the Series X, and that's coming to light, and we were the first ones talking about the tools, and now nobody's making fun of us for it. So
I gotta add
just
want to add to that real quick, Dealer, though. Although, you know, yes, it is a custom variant, we have to be pretty strong on this point, is that the Xbox Series X actually has all of the features that RDNA 2 entails. And I know we're singing to the choir here amongst ourselves here, but I know there's a lot of people out there that don't believe it. But when they start to utilize these features, you're really going to see a difference, and you're going to see some fantastic looking games out of Xbox. And honestly, I'm really excited. This year, I'm excited to see GDC, because I think, you know, we're going to start to see some of these new techniques demoed by Microsoft, and then obviously adopted by developers to put into their games. So I'm excited.
Grandmother Stealer Dealer. Shout out to everyone in the chat again. All you guys watching live, thank you for what you do. As we move forward in topics, let me give a few shout outs here. Dark CMF, of course, he says Bug Snacks. We've also got Psychonauts. Shout out to him. He says playing the Division 2. It is native 4K 60. You know, that game is, like I said, this is Division 2 footage running on Series X, by the way. I had some last week. This is a different section. Viper XT, shout out to him. He says, can we get a moment of silence for the PS5 with RDNA 3? Rest in peace. You guys are savage. He says, Moore's Law is, that was the guy in the clip. That was funny. We've also got, Hundrung Dog. I'm probably butchered that. He says, gun to each. Wow, that's a weird way to put it. He says, predict Beth exclusive. Gun, spelling, sir. Best exclusive. I already have a hard enough time reading these damn super chats. Best exclusive.
Did he mention Moore's Law is dead? That's the guy that was like preaching about the RDNA 3.
Look,
why
we got to go back to
I'm just going to say it right.
Hold on.
I'll say it right away. I'll say, you know, that guy, he was the one that I was talking about when I said was very condescending, because he was the guy that was like, it's got RDNA 3. It's got it. You guys just don't know. It's got it.
Well, again, I mean, it's the thing that we've always said about RDNA 3 is if a feature makes it into custom silicon in a console, we said this months ago, that they happen to like or happens to be, very applicable to maybe their mobile segment or even their desktop class stuff, then they will integrate it later on, and it could become part of RDNA 3 on both sides of the coin, not just one system, right? That's just how it works. We've seen this before. So it's not that it's some Terminator shit that came back through time to kick your ass. It's, this actually helps with anti-aliasing and this part, this, and this. We're going to integrate it into RDNA 3. That doesn't mean you're going to have a performance edge in any real particular instance. It is what it is. So, Hundrum.
No, I don't think that guy's an idiot, by the way. I don't think he is. I just think that he had it wrong. And it was just the way he was saying it. It was weird. It was like, who cares if it has RDNA 3? Like, who cares? I don't care.
You're right. He was being condescending, and I don't talk about other people.
Welcome
but
to the Mari
there's a
Show.
Difference between somebody who says, "This is how it is, guys. I don't know what you're thinking." Goes, Xbox doesn't have it, and that's just how it is. You're just gonna have to deal with it. And I know this for a fact. Like he said, like I've done videos about the tech stuff where I use words like likely, or we're hearing, or it's rumored, or it's being reported that this. And people are like, you can't say it like it's fact, Cole. It's like, well, pay attention. Like I write down what I'm saying in the video so I can use the proper.
Yeah. Since we're right. Somebody said in the chat, that guy said Moore's Law said that the Xbox fans were getting played. They're getting played.
Since
we're talking about said person here, then fine, let's go all in, man. This guy.
Come on, guys, what are you doing? No, we're not talking about some guy on YouTube. Who gives a fuck? Leave that to the Drama Cheese channels. Jesus Christ!
I'll just say this though. I'll say this. You know what? When you're wrong, own up to being wrong. Don't double down or deny ever saying it, especially when there's footage out there to the contrary. It really hurts your reputation, and it's damaging because nobody thinks the person is stupid or doesn't know things, but to blatantly kind of lie.
Listen.
We get it. Just admit it.
We get it. Like, listen, these people, whoever the hell they are, doesn't matter who the fuck they are. These people are, if they're willing to just talk stupid shit and lie, they're not going to own up to it. They're just going to double down because they're not self-aware. Let's move on from it because they don't matter at all. What we've been saying on this podcast, what Dealer's been saying, what Colt's been saying, what all of us have been saying, is we always say likely or we say this because it's, we just take educated guesses or we actually have talked to somebody that knows something. So that's it. And we don't know. We don't run around jumping on top of, buildings saying, oh, we know everything. We don't do that. We never do that. We just enjoy the freaking hobby. We enjoy the tech and gaming. And we try to give you guys as much as informed information as we can give without lying to you. Yeah. And some people just don't do that. And they're not worth talking about because they fucking lie.
Because there's no games.
Because it's all about the games. Yeah. And we enjoy just talking to everybody here. And our community deserves better than these idiot stories.
Thank you, Zalker. I have a tear flying out of my face right now. Also, when we were talking about the tools, right? I just want to stop right here and just end it with that. When we were talking about the tools and stuff, we said, look, we're literally just going to bide our time and let people talk. Because we knew for a fact we didn't go in and I'm an asshole sometimes. Whatever. All right, so we're gonna move forward a little bit. Okay, we're gonna move forward. Tim Dawg is in the building. Tim Dawg's in the building. Tim Dawg, we just covered Halo 5 not coming to the damn PS5. It's coming to the damn browser, and we covered what the fuck did we cover? The Ouya, of course.
I'd like to know Tim Dawg's real thoughts. I'm sorry.
No. Tim's not going to go in on other men, but he is going to go in on this PS5 chip leak thingy real quick.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Tim Dawg.
Which chip leak? The
RDNA 3.
It came out. I think French Frizz or his Twitter. French, yeah. French Frizz or something. He's a he's like a he comes up with all this stuff, and he came out and he showed the PS5 die, and a lot of things that were being said weren't true. We had I just think you guys just covered that. But it was there's no fantasy stuff in there. It's pretty much it's similar to the Xbox SoC, but a little bit different in some areas. But from what I've read, it's similar. Obviously, no RDNA 3, no Infinity Cache, and none of the things that were being pushed, erroneously was in it. It's just basically got the we got the real answers. Usually when Sony doesn't talk about certain stuff, there's no VRS. If it's going to be VRS, it's going to be software level. I think that's confirmed. You know,
and that was Alex
we'll talk
Battaglia
about that
of Digital Foundry saying that, right? Or no, that was the
Yeah.
Metro developer. Alex, which is a separate topic, but Alex from Digital Foundry said,
Right.
to his knowledge, there is no VRS in the system. And remember, Microsoft's solution is patented, and it's even hardware-based as well. They have silicon in here that will help this process
Right.
take place. And it's worth noting that the developer from Metro Exodus did say, look, we've got a software solution, which we have also talked about on this show. It's possible that developers have their own solutions here. And that's what they're using on the PS5. Not that it's system level, right?
Correct. It's a hardware level on Xbox, meaning that there's additional hardware built onto the silicon that's going to accommodate the VRS tier 1 and 2. People say 3. I've only heard up to 2. It's basically, if you look at it in layman terms, ray tracing has software ray tracing, but on PS5 and on Xbox it's hardware accelerated, and basically meaning that there's this things built into the silicon that's going to help, in this case, VRS. And Xbox has it. They also have some other additional stuff that's pretty cool for machine learning and other things. But yeah, all that stuff, this stuff is now put to rest. We know what the real deal is. I heard you guys talking about other people. I had at the time confronted all those people, so I'm happy that I did that because, it was just stuff that I knew kind of wasn't true. But yeah, the PS5 is no slouch, though. I mean, not putting it down, but you're gonna get some scenarios where if an Xbox game is leveraging the VRS, you probably will see a little bit bigger of a gap. But obviously, it has to be leveraged, and also from what I've heard, it's built into the API. So I guess the functionality and everything that accommodates the VRS is built in. So Xbox has been looking at this for a while. So I'm very happy to say that they have it actually built on.
Path of least resistance for developers. Mike Ibarra was on the show talking about that personally, where, hey, if developers find it annoying or, hectic to use, they're not going to actually use it more often than not. So they want this stuff, as much of it as possible, kind of like auto HDR, right, to be system level. You don't have to tune for it. It's just there. So well said, Tim Dawg. And good to have you on the show. Everybody give Tim Dawg thumbs up in the chat. And, of course, shout
Sorry
out to,
I'm late.
No, you're good. I was just giving you some shit. Shout out to 1,800 people already watching us live, guys. Hit the like button if you haven't. Tell a buddy or two. And, of course, thanks to everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome. We've also got...
Dealer?
Yes?
Dealer?
Yes.
Our favorite friend, Face 2K Brony or whatever I always call it. I always get the name wrong, but Face 23 Brooklyn, New York, said there's only 2 games that run better on the Xbox compared to the PS5. Why do we pretend like there's more than 2? I mean, this is part of your claim, so I was like, "What?" You said there was only Hitman Division are the only games that run at higher settings or higher.
Valhalla
quality.
runs better with VRR for sure. You got less screen. You got no
Well,
screen.
they got
tearing
rid of
with
the screen
VRR.
tearing, but yeah, the VRR is not. I don't want to even.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we just went over the control thing. They also multiple games with 120 FPS modes on Series X and not.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them.
Never mind.
Don't let people. Yeah, don't let people like just body slam. A statement like that and just say no. There's only 2 games. Just pay attention. Do your homework. Look at the other analysis. Digital Foundry does some. There's NX Gamers, a bunch of different YouTubers that do really great analysis that have shown these things. Like, I mean, the information is readily available to you. If you'd rather argue, I mean, use that energy to go look up all the games. I mean,
and think about the launch of the system too. I mean, you had the cases where one game didn't have ray tracing, one of the most visually demanding effects of all time, and the other one did. It's common sense what's happening. And when I talk to the guys at GameOnDaily.com, check out that link down below. By the way, check them out, support them. They're independent. They're not corporately owned. These guys did an interview with the Dirt 5 technical director where he literally confirmed a lot of the shit that's been said here and would not, and you could tell, look on his face when I asked him about VRR or VRS on the PS5, and he also confirmed the thermal throttling or the power management system with Smart Shift on the PS5. He confirmed all that stuff. So it's just one of those things where you got to seek the knowledge. It's not a big deal. Hey, let me give a shout out to Johnny Lasagna. He does say, hold up, Craig Infinite isn't playing bug snack. He said butt snacks. Bug snacks while he sits in the oven. No, he's not. Because he heard on Twitter that PS5's RDNA 3 can cook chicken better than KFC. Yes, I'm just. It's an interesting one there. John Lasagna had. We've also got Dildo Gaggins. The PS5. You guys are all going crazy today. The PS5 stock reveal fell flatter than Craig's face textures. Yes, Craig needs some textures on his forehead. We also got Swan 981. He said, "Oh, hope all of my fellow gamers in Texas South stay warm and keep power." Yeah, apparently there's millions of people without power over there in Texas. So hopefully you guys are staying warm over there. Seriously, shout out to you guys and best thoughts.
Crap, I also forgot to mention, like, Asa from Game on Daily is doing like legit tech analysis too, like frame rate analysis and digging into the settings on the console games. And they're just like you said, they're not a corporate owned website. They just freaking look like one. Like they've got all the legit stuff and they're doing stuff the right way. So keep an eye out for them. Asa is like really big into the tech behind what's in consoles and PC. Really smart, dude. Check out their stuff when they start breaking down what these games are doing, because everybody misses a little something and picks up.
And this has been Shill for Game on Daily.
Well, I mean, maybe if you looked at their website, Fonzarelli, you'd actually know where to get a PS5 before now.
They're an awesome team.
Hey, CYB Studio. CYB Studio says, I've been listening for over a year now. Shout out to you, brother. And he says, does anybody know a PlayStation podcast that doesn't just bash on Xbox the whole time? RDX for life. I don't think that exists. I'm not sure. Nano Polymath, shout out to you, brother. Psychonaut, shout out to you. J-Rock, shout out to you as well. I just followed you a couple weeks ago, I think, on Twitter. He does say PS5 Pro will be Zen 2, 5, RDNA 3. Look at that. Yeah, and RDNA 7. Let's not forget that. So let's get back to some topics here. But again, guys, shout out to you guys for joining us. We do appreciate it. Metro account does actually confirm the update for Xbox Series X and S. They are aiming for 1080p 60 FPS with ray tracing, keyword aiming. And that might sound crazy before you consider the fact that they are going to be using interlacing or DLSS or whatever the hell kind of reprojection technology they are going to be using there. Yeah. Now, here's the thing, though, and here's the problem. There was an article written that had nothing to do with Series S, actually. It was actually an article by WCC KFC, and they said that they were talking about 3000 series graphics cards, right?
Well, just lead with the headline, dealer.
I don't know the headline because it's not really super important, because that wasn't the headline that was the problem. It was Gaming Bolt's headline that they took from that article and tried to spin into some bullshit. So they said, and this is the Metro Exodus team, right? They corrected somebody on Twitter and said they are doing 1080p 60 with ray tracing, or they're going to try. And they said that they were talking about 3000 series graphics cards with WCCF tech, right? Gaming Bolt comes out and takes a sentence or two out of that and tries to spin it as in they think Series S is going to hold everything back. And this is where going beyond the headline does matter. So this is Gaming Bolt saying Series S is going to cause some kind of issues with developers or suggest this, which again is not true. The Metro developers do confirm that there are no memory limitations right now for them at all. They're not using these memory saving features that I mentioned in multiple videos. They're not even using the architecture to its fullest. They do say that if anything, it would be a GPU limitation down the road, especially if their engine were not based on reprojection. And like I said, these smart reprojection features we've been saying for well over a year would really get rid of this resolution talk to begin with. They, again, do not say that it will hold anything back. Luca covered this in a great video today, by the way. And they do say that, if anything, it's GPU-related stuff, especially if their engine were not so heavily based on temporal reprojection, etc. And I think even 1080p reprojected with ray tracing on a Series S, a 20 CU console, extremely impressive.
You need some exclamation points on this subject, because there's a lot of tech talk is lost in here. So if you double back,
bog the whole show down with tech talk.
Yeah, that's why I say put an exclamation point on it. If you look at this, Gaming Bolt said, developer says that Xbox Series S will cause problems with game development down the line. Like, that was their headline. And the problem with being online in this community, talking about gaming with other gamers that are on PlayStation or PC or Xbox, everyone will read that headline and believe it as gospel. So now they truly believe that they've heard from a couple of different headlines that Xbox Series S will hold back gaming development, and they're running with it. No one read the article. And as Dealer pointed out, they're talking about GPU limitations, which doesn't necessarily even correlate with the Series S. And another great thing the Dealer said is that the biggest problem with the Series S is the memory problem. And 4A Games, who made Metro Exodus, doesn't believe that the memory pool in the Series S is a problem, which is really cool to hear. And I mean, I don't know. Most of us are.
Let me give a shout out to Sycamore real quick. Don't hype up tomorrow's news, okay? Just gonna say that real quick. Just real quick. I'm gonna help you out there. Elk Dude, real quick. He says, "Thank you guys for calling all of this before it happened. Appreciate you guys. Hey man, appreciate you. Elk Dude was God's Geek. He changed his name. He just dropped a video today. I checked it out. Check him out. Thank you for the $5 super chat, brother. But I mean, Colt's right. When you really dig through this stuff, it's not an angle that I would have chose. I don't think so.
Yeah, and I'm not saying for Dealer not to give tech talk. I'm seeing the chat. I'm just saying that like that headline was so important to the point he's trying to make. Like, it's just ridiculous the way that journalists, like you, I think you said to me earlier before we started the show, that they're just looking for that desperate click, that they know that there are a bunch of PlayStation and PC fans that are looking to have retribution against the Xbox brand. So it really is, and it's not a media bias. It's a community bias. Like, the community wants to hear that nasty news about the PlayStation or the Xbox, right? It's just reader service.
Sensational. That's it. Mm-hmm. Sensational headlines. And
sorry to hijack.
We're going to continue to see some of this stuff in the future. I mean, it's not going away. You're going to see headlines like that just to get those clicks. But the problem is this community won't click. They'll just read the headline, post a screenshot of it, and put it on Twitter and call it a day, you know, and maybe write Xbox sucks. I told you so.
I sometimes I just get confused all the hate that Xbox got. Like yesterday, there was a video that came out that showed the Xbox Series X, that its thermals are better than the PlayStation 5, that it's quieter than the PlayStation 5. And like, these guys just jumped out the woodwork. They were so offended, and you know, the Defense Force came out.
What was that? Like Gamers Nexus, by the way, one of the best resources you can use on the fucking internet, was called out. What was the deal, D-Batch? Like, no names, like, because again, we ain't talking about other men on this damn podcast.
No names. So initially, I got a tweet saying, "Oh, is this the same guy that tweeted out that Gamers Nexus, who is Jesus Tech God, said that the PlayStation 5 is not so good. It's not so good at cooling, whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, bro." And he just released a video today saying that the Xbox actually has better thermals and it's quieter. And then this guy said, "Oh, well, he should just stick to PCs. He doesn't know anything about consoles." And it's like so.
He's using thermal measurements as numbers.
It's so the comment was so out of touch, really. And there's people that, you know, go to this person for news, and like these are the people that you're listening to that aren't even informed on the basic things on, you know, who's who in the community and who is established and who knows their stuff. Like, that guy is well established, man. He does some excellent analysis. I would say like industry leading analysis on YouTube, at least. Like he's the go-to guy for a lot of things.
They go deeper than any other channel when it comes to some of this stuff.
Yeah, so for them to say that just because they don't like the outcome, it just shows you the mindset that these guys have against.
And then when they do get the outcome that they want from these guys, and then they praise them and they push them all over the internet. They do the same thing with Digital Foundry. It's crazy. It's just dumb.
Well, let's a lot of the stuff, tech talk, whatever that we're doing, it has been a little bit shrouded in mystery, because one dev is saying the memory might be a problem, another dev is saying it's not. And it's because devs just haven't had enough time with the features on the console. Yeah. And that's it. And then Sony really didn't put out a lot of their tech until the console basically came out.
Zachary, why do you got to come out here with some common sense?
That's just what it is, that we don't know what's going to happen until the developers get into it. We just had Jason Ronald, who Colt, by the way, asked about RDNA 8. No, but like, we just had like Jason Ronald say like, yeah, a lot of the engineering teams like took the holiday to kind of take a break, because they just launched a console and everything, like, you know, rough year. And, you know, that happened all over the gaming world. There is a reason why, you know, news was kind of scarce.
The pandy
sucks. Took a break, man.
Yeah.
Because, the pandy sucked. But now everybody's kind of getting back in the flow. engineers are starting to, work again and put all their stuff together and try to find ways to make this far more efficient. Like we've said this multiple times. Like Colt said it, Dealer said it. We've said on this podcast since the beginning that this not going to be until a year and a half till we start getting some real stuff coming out of this console, if not two. Even Jim that. So all this stuff that we're hearing, it's just adaptable, people. Things
Jim
are very
Pebbles
fluid.
Ryan.
Jim Fruity Pebbles Ryan.
So
yeah, Jim Ryan's supposed to come on the show, right, Fonz? When's that?
Yeah, no, he declined. He actually pulled out.
No, he
it
actually
was supposed to be October. He pulled out, man.
So you took him to dinner and then he left, huh?
Yeah, he was mad. He couldn't find those Fruity Pebbles. He was pissed, man.
Oh, shit.
So,
hey, shout out to almost 2,000 people watching live, guys. Hit the like button if you haven't. We do appreciate it. Show a buddy or two. And if you are wondering, this is Division 2 footage running on the Series X. That volumetric fog brought to you by that weak-ass Series S. Also, let me...
Didn't they patch in the volumetric fog
I hope
for
so.
the game?
I hope so.
For the PS5. I think the patch came out today. Maybe.
Good, yeah. We were
sure.
saying on the last show that it was definitely a technical thing in my video. Yeah. That's the thing in my video.
Now, what about those
reflections,
reflections, though? I haven't heard anything about the reflections.
Are they not in there?
I don't know. I just heard the volumetric fog.
They must not have used Kraken RDNA some shit.
I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know.
Hey, shout out to J-Rock, by the way. He says the Ad Coalition Gears already admitted the Series X held them back. They couldn't. God, they couldn't do the FOV slider in the Series X because of the S Gears 5. That makes no sense at all. That's pretty interesting because the game will run on much weaker hardware than a Series S on PC. So that actually doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
Humble Beast. He says public discourse should continue actively. So how can salty content creators with no tech credibility? Yeah, you can't really go and not know what the fuck a CPU is and how it works, and then call out a guy that's made a career on it, like the guys at Gamers Nexus. That's kind of weird. Moist Muffin with $20 super chat. He said, "Get some mashed potatoes with this, my guy." Oh, I'm gonna get all kinds of mashed potatoes with that. That's kind of a weird comment, but I kind of like it. Also, we got a different fucking topic. So again, we did bring up Alex Battaglia of Digital Foundry saying to his knowledge, blah blah blah, and then we did bring up the Metro developers and all that stuff, and the bullshit Gaming Bolt article.
Fog is back, by the way. I just looked it up, and it is back.
Good. Tim Dawg,
5.
we got some new Series X and S technology out there, and it can do tessellation. New headset, $100, and it does provide quite a few features for that money. Apparently the microphone is pretty badass on it as well, and there's also a new controller out there. Tim, do you want to kind of run through this headset stuff real quick while we kind of have a little segue? Tim Dawg died.
Yeah.
I just count on Tim Dawg dying every time I come to him now.
Wasn't it like kind of hinted at in that commercial?
Yeah.
Like that power commercial. Wasn't that like headphone hinted there?
What was it?
Put it on?
He said, "What? I just got some mashed potatoes."
Tim woke up from a freaking nap. He's like, what's going on?
All right, new Series X and S tech, right? Headset, $99, ton of features there. Pretty badass microphone. New controller as well, or whatever. Do you want to kind of give people a rundown of the headset and stuff real quick while we transition?
Yeah, the headset is $99. It's looks like it's real. It looks like it's good quality. They're saying it's best in class in audio. It has that volume on the headset on the right of it, like where if you remember the Surface was supposed to come out with one. They kind of stole that idea. It's really cool. I mean, you go to your right ear and you could just like basically dial it up.
That is a cool feature. I saw that.
People at Xbox who have it are telling me it's awesome, really good for $99. It's already sold out everywhere. So
I wanted one of those, Jeff Rubenstein.
It's sold out everywhere. So if you want it, you gotta, it's probably going to be one of these things. But
it supports Atmos. It supports Windows Sonic, DTS,
yes.
And it does. They got a really cool microphone on there. And the cool thing is you can control all of these EQ settings, how much the mic mutes the background noise, everything right from the actual OS of the Xbox, which
Correct.
is that's a first, right?
And you could also take phone calls, Bluetooth. So you could actually be, from what I was reading, you could be on the game and somebody could call you and you could have it separate or something like that.
Yeah,
so you could
that's
have,
exactly how
bought
it
a
works.
headset. You're telling me there's a new one?
William Lanza just said that everyone knows about that shit. Fuck it. Sorry, William. Some people just don't.
Dealer, I'm
and the
mad.
funny,
And it's only
and the funny
$99.
thing was, it was an Easter egg in the If you guys remember when they did the Xbox Series X commercial,
Power Your Dreams.
I just said
Power Your Dreams. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a mess today.
So the Power Your Dreams commercial, he was wearing the headset in that commercial months ago.
Tuck in your shirt, Tim. God
Yeah,
damn it.
he was wearing it on the couch in the opening seconds. He's wearing a headset.
Yeah.
He's turned on his Series X. And then somebody DM'd me. Actually, I never get a chance to look up credit, so let me grab it because it's cool when people send this stuff to me. Helios Man on Twitter sent me a screenshot at the very end when the guy is looking over Mars as it zooms in. He's got a nice pair of matte black, like wireless earbuds in his ear. And someone's like, "Ooh, could this be another product they're working on?" So I don't know. I mean, that's kind of cool. Xbox has been hiding some stuff in their commercials. They just need to hide some.
It's compatible with Windows.
What's the name of this?
Yes.
D-Bash is like, I want to scalp some of these shits.
It's just the new wireless. It's a wireless Xbox headset.
Yeah, it's officially like right from them. And if you remember, the one in 2013 was complete fucking trash. So this is a massive step up when it comes to. It was so bad.
Buyer beware, dealer.
It was
it was
this is
bad.
like apparently a league. Like you can tell, like it's elevated in quality.
I recently got the Arctis 6x one, and it's a pretty good headset. I don't really have too many complaints with it, but the microphone is horrible on it. And you guys saying apparently the microphone's good on this? Whoa, I think I got to get it.
The one I got a Corsair one recently, and the microphone's great.
There's an interesting super chat here. Opposable Thumbs. He says kind of funny or pretty positive on Xbox. Shout out to them. Why can't Xbox let you choose a storage point instead of transferring games from you? You can choose the storage point. You go into your settings, go into storage, and you can push start on any of those hardware or hard drives, and you can actually decide where things install.
Or SSDs. And you can choose where default installs are. Like I think we said on the podcast, if you don't want to use up your internal SSD, you can set your external USB drive as a default, and if it needs to be on the internal, it will say this game needs to be. Otherwise, everything else will go on your external. So that's
Adam Beltran, by the way, Colt.
Dealer,
Colt. I'm cutting you
still
off.
Talking.
Hey, Colt. I wanted to ask you this because I know that you're the reason this happened. Xbox, the headset. Why did they go with a Bluetooth 4.2 instead of a 5.0, 5.1, 4.2's like 2014? Is it Bluetooth kind of just like an extra feature they kind of threw in there for the money? Is it because that's kind of good for the price point, right?
Well, I mean, I wish you wouldn't have asked me that because I don't understand that tech, and I don't know why they've insisted to
You did it.
use that. I thought you have told me that it's faster, or they use Wi-Fi Direct.
No, he's saying that they're using Bluetooth 4.2 instead of 5.0 or 5.1 in that headset.
Well, that's probably because it's universally compatible with Windows PC. That's what I would think, right?
Well, I think 5.1 is back compatible with all of them now. All of them. So
well, that just destroys that idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Encourage a little bit of thought. Yo, Donnie says, hey, hit me up your local scalper if you want one, by the way. And then
we have
Moist
one
Muffin.
in Canada.
Call up
named
D.
D-Batch.
D-Batch has one for you. He'll send you one out.
Moist Muffin says, power your potatoes. So stupid. Shout out to Moist
I'm
Muffin.
going to be on
Series
Party
X's,
Chat.
PS5s.
I'm going to be playing Xbox on Party Chat with Dealer like 2 a.m. this weekend. He's going to be like, clink, clink, clink. Just order me some mashed potatoes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Shout out to Lone Star in the chat. He's the Sony
Shout
guy.
out to Lethal Papa.
Shout out to Lethal. Shout out to Obi. Shout out to all the moderators. And shout out to that new red controller that we didn't get to. It is who is that? Who is that I was talking to? Somebody called it a Valentine's Day controller. Was that Gas? I don't know. Yeah, it's a red controller. It's a Series S and X. It's got the share button. I ordered one. Let us know if you got one of those down below.
It's red.
Shut up.
Really nice.
Shut up, Fonz.
It'll
Xbox
match
buying,
your bedspread.
Hey, Colt confirmed that Xbox are buying Techland. Colt, tell us about that.
That's so funny because you were joking like you're going to do that, and you actually did it. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm taking a lot of heat for that. I'm not quite sure how plausible or how possible this is, but yeah, I'd been hearing
And you didn't
that,
say definitively in your video, just so people know. You even showed the tweet from the community manager, right?
Yeah. Like, can I have a couple minutes on this one?
Yes.
So yeah, I kind of did all of the digging and a couple of different, like 3 different directions of sources to report on this because I'm a big Dying Light fan, and I did this video. What's that?
Go ahead. I was cutting you off.
You're the best. So yeah, I had heard that, I don't know if there was an acquisition, but Xbox has helped Techland, kind of get over the hump with the tech and some of the funding to finish the game, since it was kind of saw like an entire year delay in the background. So the source I talked to had heard that was pretty possible, that it was like a Titanfall like situation where Xbox stepped in and was going to get a 1-year timed exclusivity for their time and money they helped put into the game. So I talked about that as a possibility, and I also knew about the community manager. So a lot of people are saying, if anybody has paid attention to this Dying Light 2 exclusivity rumor, a lot of people are saying the developers already came out and debunked it. It's like, no. So I want to explain to you really quick. The community manager, which is the public outreach, the information officer, the public information officer, basically the I don't know what else to call it. They're incredible people. I get to talk to a lot of them, like in my personal job, and the Xbox community managers. They are super important people, but they are last in line before the public to hear big news like an acquisition or exclusivity.
These are like the guys that run their social media accounts and stuff, right?
Yes, and they have a very, very important job, and they're keyed in on a lot of really cool stuff. But when something big like an acquisition or a exclusivity deal is on the table between, half a dozen leaders between Xbox and Techland, a community manager would totally be in the dark with that, just like the public would be. But they would be the first one to hear it because they would craft the messaging and the press release and all that. So people need to understand what they're talking about when they say the developers already came out and debunked it. So
I can help you out here. For instance, the social media manager at CDPR, the day before it got delayed the last time, he said there's absolutely no delays, and then the next day it was delayed. That just shows you that they are the last in line to know things.
Yeah, and I said that a couple times on social media, and people thought I was downplaying what they do, which is just not how it works. Like any of us should not be privy to that information. But what's going on right now is a big YouTuber has a friend that works at a big studio, and people are kind of putting 2 and 2 together. So someone said, this is boring new cult. And then I found $5. So that's kind of what's going on. And I'm a big fan of the game. It would be a cool get for Xbox as a timed exclusive, but it would be pretty cool if Xbox acquired the studio, because they've made some really cool stuff. Dying Light's really good. Call of War as Gunslinger is freaking cool. It was like a $20 game back on the last generation before. So,
hey, Colt, I wanted to ask you something though about that. So, what'd you buy with the $5?
I bought a source to find out if Dying Light.
Any now and laters? No.
I bought some DLC for Division.
You bought a thumbnail from Randolph.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I am honestly, and I think I'm honestly like half and half. Like, yeah, it might be a time exclusive, and yeah, I don't think it's happening. So I'm not definitive on this, and
you didn't claim that in your video either. It's worth noting.
No, I mean, but my thumbnail didn't have a question mark on it.
Oh well, the fucking something else did, and if you didn't watch what was inside of it, then you don't actually know what the person.
You pulled a gaming bolt.
Cool.
I saw that thumbnail and I said, "Who is this idiot?" And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Hey, shout out to Tony Art / really Tony Stark RDX.
Well,
he says he got the Astro 850s when the Series X came out. Now I'm giving them away. Mine sucked when I updated them to the USB, but then I found out they have a pass through for the optical audio, so you can actually pass them through your TV with optical audio, and they're pretty nice. But he said he ordered the Xbox wireless headset. Yeah, that's awesome that you're able to get one. Lord Starkiller, shout out to him. He says, more mashed potatoes, RDX. Shout out to you, brother. Psychonauts. He says, Dying Light 3 exclusive on Xbox. We will see.
Well, let me jump in on this for a second. So the other thing, like, I know Colt got like heat for it, but honestly, his video was very well done, and we've known for a long time, and this has been like everybody knows this. Like a lot of rumors have been going around, like Poland and Xbox is targeting someone there, and something's going on there. And Techland has always been at the forefront, or people can fly, and it's always
absolutely.
been, and it's always been, it always circles around to Techland because Dying Light has just like vanished. It's just gone. Like it was on Xbox's E3 stage, and then just poof, just gone. And then it's because of delays, and there was some development stuff, and they struggled with some tech. And just like Colt said, yeah, Microsoft, there's rumors that they did help them. So usually people, where there's smoke, there's fire. And yeah, the biggest secret, and it was talked about, was the Bethesda one. A lot of people heard about it, and then it went away, and then bam. It happened.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then
how much money did you find, Zocker?
I found a quarter, and I got a Jailbreaker.
Okay.
And so,
and he didn't earn that either. He found it on why.
The chat.
I found it
in
next dealers.
Next topic.
So.
That's weird. Like, are you guys not? Are you not excited about the game Dying Light 2? I have a feeling it kind of was a middle of the ground game. It got like 70s on PlayStation and Xbox. But I really, really enjoyed it. But maybe
enjoyed it, but it had promise.
I tried to play that first one. That one is headache-inducing for me.
Oh,
well, the game's fun though. I mean, like the thing with Dying Light that was great is that you saw promise. Like, and I don't like Days Gone, but again, I saw promise in the studio.
You found out it was on Xbox.
No, is it on there? It's the greatest game. No, but like you could see the studio has promise, right? Like, all right, give them another game. And let's see what they can do with a little more time, since they're like, this is their first foray.
It's a quality game, yeah.
It's a quality game, and that's what I think Dying Light 2 caused. Like,
so D about them goats, cool. Bro. What about them goats? How they doing?
You know what, Docker? Can we mute these guys?
I'm down.
Next topic. Yeah, I get the point, but good points, Docker. Thank you.
Who are these two guys talking right now?
Yeah.
D-Batch, where are you?
The naughty dog of you.
Are you eating Chef Boyardee in the background? Is that what's going on? He's like, I'm here.
It was goat feeding.
You got SpaghettiOs with the hot dogs.
Snorting SpaghettiOs through a straw.
Dealers, the compulsion of YouTube. What?
The compulsion of YouTube. I'm honored. Tim Dog's the muted, the studio we never heard of from YouTube.
Who?
Fonz CD Project Red.
Hey Fonz, we need a video from you quick.
Man, you're
damage
Tiger
control
Electronics, bro. Boy, don't.
We need to damage control Cyberpunk on the new video, Fonz.
Valve of YouTube, because he never made another video.
Oh
shit! Hey. I will go on and just say that Colt's video. That is what's going around, at least in circles. So it's not like Colt just pulled that out of his back trunk and like, hey, here you go. It's being talked about. They did supposedly help them last year, and there's a good relationship there. Plus, it's offshore money. So whenever there's offshore money, you have to consider Xbox is going to be involved, because they basically they don't get taxed up to a certain amount. As per the Minecraft deal,
international,
they can spend that money and not be hit by 20%. So
there is a wild card, Tim, that I want to ask you, because I don't want to take your time of talking, but a lot of people said, what about all the people that pre-ordered it on PS4? Let's just say Xbox grabbed this thing for time exclusivity.
You made the video. I mean, shit, you should be telling us.
I think they would.
I didn't think about that. I got it in comments, so I think it's really worth it.
Yeah,
of Dying Light, all the PS4 Dying Light 2 or Dying Light 2 pre-orders. Like, what would happen if? I don't know. A lot of people told me, "What about my pre-order?" or "What about people who pre-ordered it?"
Did it even go out on pre-order?
Well, at GameStop, has got pre-orders for Dead Island 2.
That's like 6 copies. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
Well, I would.
Tim Dog, go ahead.
I think that it will be a timed exclusive. I don't think that they're going to exclude it just because they had done work. But if it's a game that comes to Game Pass day one and they acquire them for future games, it's huge. And it's a smart buy. They've had issues. They've had some people issues within the studio. I think that they cleared that up. And it's something to look at. It's to bash cult for doing all that. Sometimes you should be privy to that. If he's making a video, or any of us, we're not, like I said, we're not coming. We're not just saying things, taking things out of the air. There's usually a reason behind it.
Most of it.
So who's playing Gunk day one?
Is it on Game Pass?
Cool.
It's on Game
Yep.
Pass. I'll play it.
I'll play it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan says your voice is soothing, Zalker.
Of course.
He's falling
He has his
asleep to
TV
it.
off at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
He said, hey, shout out to the Javinator. He says, any news on what could be, what to expect in Xbox's February event? And he also says, will Xbox be at a digital E3 only? We covered this quite a few times. Yeah, there's definitely no physical E3 this year. We said that last year. There's definitely, they're going to try to not help
They've
this whole
announced the
thing.
digital E3. Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
they did
official.
actually announce that like last week, didn't they?
Yeah.
So that's good. RA89, he says, may the cache scrubbers be with y'all, RDX, in chat. Yes, infinity of it. And we've also got almost 2,000 people watching live right now, guys. Hit the like button if you haven't. Let's try to get closer to 1,000 before the end of the show. We do appreciate it. Tell a buddy or two. As big as the show is, one of the biggest Xbox podcasts in the history of podcasts, we still have many more people to find. And we've been doing this for years, and we just kept it going. A lot of members, a lot of different panel members, and fresh people. A lot of people came up on the show, and it's great chemistry. And I think that's why some of you guys show up. So thank you. Also, we've got what did we just went over? Colt confirming Techland's acquired. Xbox. The update for Xbox. They are bringing the achievements to mobile. They're working on this damn DVR that has some green bumps on it. They've got 120 FPS and 60 FPS improvements to back-and-pack games. Do not get excited for that announcement. Just keep your expectations low. 6 million smart delivery downloads, and then working with third parties to...
No. You don't get to just gloss over that. What do you mean?
It's not announced. You got to gloss over it. You have no choice.
Oh, so there's 60. What you said? Double the frames
On some games, yes.
Yeah. On some games, that's the key factor.
Well,
there.
yeah,
That's
it's
the keyword.
list.
Some.
But yeah, and then Jason Romano did say they are working with third party to max out Xbox Series X this upcoming holiday. They have more announcements on what they're working with and the third parties that are really going to start leveraging. And I remember Tim talking about this too. Closer to holiday, the Series X really, the delta becoming more and more apparent. And we're already seeing that even right now, earlier than we even expected. Tim, they're gonna be using these RDNA 2 features a little more. What do you think about that?
Well, I think they put them in there to be used, and obviously you're going to have developers that from the studios that are obviously in the house, but you're also going to have third party. And yeah, that's basically when this all happened, and we were like, oh, okay, what are we going to do? I had, like people in this podcast went out to people, and basically they explained the GDK and the situation with the tools being, immature, or, COVID having an effect, and they were a little behind, and how every SDK or a GDK in this case, iteration, increases the delta, or from whatever it does, it gets better. You get better drivers, just like computers, like with computer games, like when you put in the first set of drivers and your game runs like shit, and then
you're saying Solitaire is going to run twice as good on this thing now.
Yes, but yeah, I heard that you're going to see some really good stuff. Look for the holiday. I think that you might see some of the stuff that they put in the system. Hopefully, super resolution. We start to see that creep up. That's the ML machine learning portion of hardware that they have built into the silicon as well. We might be seeing that, and VRS Tier 2. We see it in one title, Tier 2. Tier 1 is like, you get like 10%, and I think Tier 2 is up to 17% performance gain.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're working and they're refining everything. Like I said, they just were behind when the console came out. They were pushing it, and obviously, even the games were behind. When you look at Halo would have to have been without ray tracing, and there was a lot of red flags there. But as time goes on, you can rest assured that they're doing the right thing.
Horace, give me shit for my shooting. Hey, this foot is like jumping back into the Division 2 for like the first time. Okay, I never claimed to be a marksman. I'm the worst sniper ever. I hesitate like a motherfucker. I'd be shooting everything around the dude's feet. Hey, shout out to Immortal Jedi for coming channel member again. Again, shout out to the moderators. And Tim's right. As Tim talked about long ago, especially around the holidays, and Jason did allude to this. I showed it in my last video. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. They are going to be unlocking more and more performance through those features, and they're working with third parties to do so. Cold Eastwood confirmed that Dying Light's coming to Xbox exclusively forever. All Might says that Dirt 5 is going to Game Pass. And that's actually true. What are the other games, Colt? Do you remember?
Yeah, they were actually pretty cool. Yeah, Dirt 5. I would have to look it up.
Dirt 5. Anybody else know off the top hand? I forgot to add that as a topic.
There's Dirt 5.
Dirt 5.
Yeah.
What about Dirt 5?
I bet the chat would know.
It's coming to Game Pass, bro.
Isn't Wreckfest coming too?
Yes, Wreckfest is one of them.
Wreckfest.
Shower with your dad.
5.
I'm happy.
Touch games.
I remember
a lot of the touch
Dirt
games.
5.
I really waited for Dirt 5 too. I was like, I think that's coming to Game Pass.
All right, here it is. Elite Dangerous.
Dirt 5.
Elite Dangerous.
Yep.
Killer Queen Black. I don't know what that is. Deadfire, Wreckfest, Dirt 5, Super Hot on PC. I think it was already on console. And Code Vein. So, I mean, Wreckfest is really great, but it's got a performance mode that doesn't do anything.
They need to update that.
They need to update it, yes. It's got a performance and resolution mode, and I can't tell the difference, but a fun game.
Did you mention Dirt 5, though?
Dirt 5.
That's also
Dirt 5 and Wreckfest and Dirt 5, and then there's Dirt 5.
Just want to make sure you get
Code Vein and Dirt 5 and Code Vein and Miles Dampier. Hey, we just played Sea of Thieves with Miles Dampier.
Yes, we did.
He said, yo,
really?
what's up, squad?
Yeah.
And you didn't invite Zocker?
Well, Zocker doesn't play any damn games, so we couldn't invite him.
Let's
Shit.
see if Dave Zocker
playing
would have
hell
been
again.
easy.
Fuck you.
Zocker would have left work
actually
early to come
offended.
play.
You played with Miles, that pleb?
Yeah, we like Miles is the only one that stands up for
Miles?
you. See, Miles,
Look
this
at
is
that.
why we told you to stop doing that.
Zocker.
Yeah, he said
Miles,
he's got.
listen to them.
Miles says he has fake
He said
internet
listen
beef
to
with
them.
Rand, and I said, why not change that over to Zocker? It'd be much more interesting.
Yeah.
There he is.
Zocker,
Miles.
they don't play Sea of Thieves with you, but they play with Miles.
Yo, Donnie, new channel member. Shout out to you, brother. He's very
I don't
active in the
wanna play
Discord,
with
by the
them
way.
anymore.
If you want to be in the Discord, somebody was asking if they could be in the Discord. If you're a channel member, if you're a patron, that link is in there. So I'll repaste that link here soon for those of you that are newer and haven't seen that in the community section of the YouTube channel. If you're a member, you can join. It's a private Discord. We got a lot of people that you might know from Xbox, etc. in there. And also some really cool people like Hidden Xperia. Ricari's in there. He's pretty active. And Failed Pyromancer is not in there, unfortunately. I wanted him to be, but he didn't want to be in there. So, again, shout out to you guys. We've got Opposable Thumbs. Once again, he says, sorry, kind of late in, but have you guys actually spoke about scalpers being upset? Yeah, fuck them. They should be not upset because they actually deserve that. D-Batch. Hey, tell everyone about the comment with D-Batch earlier. It was fucking hilarious.
Okay, well, the reason why we're giving him a hard time is I got a comment on my YouTube video last night that said, yeah, I was able to get a Series X. I got one from some nice guy named D-Batch for $900 American.
Oh my god, it's just a random comment in Colt's video.
Yeah, it just showed up like this morning when I woke up and checked my phone, and yeah, I'm sure he was just kidding unless D is out there just
D's
wearing
just
nice
hawking
gold
these Series
tennis
X's for
bracelets
$900.
Yeah.
He has like a nice robe on, gold-plated like footsies on, just like, yeah.
Infinity Cash! Oh my god.
Hey, what about that? I just heard that there's a they're trying to get people to go for a class action lawsuit against Sony with the stick drift in the DualSense.
Yeah, I saw that.
Damn,
Apparently
stick
they're getting
drifts is
signatures
plaguing
for it.
everything.
If you've got stick drift, if you really do, sign up for that class action lawsuit. You might get a couple of cents in the end.
No, 6 cents. Yeah, Donnie's already using those channel member emojis. He's got the clown emoji going on. We might need to update
But then again,
those
Nintendo's gotten away with it for years. So
They've been getting hassled pretty good, but
yeah, but they got away with it. I mean, the stick drift is a real issue there, and nobody's really getting anything for
D's
it.
hilarious.
So.
It's okay if he's
Is
talking
it,
these for
or-
a grand though.
or people's like toddlers like spiking their
No,
controllers.
it's a real problem. My 15-year-old has had several. He's went through several, and they have stick drift. It's
on the
he's got
PS5.
No. I'm talking about the Switch, but
You said stick drift, not.
I'm hearing it's more of a problem now. Like more people are coming out and saying that they do have stick drift, and
Sounds like something you need to see a doctor for. Well, he has a little bit of a problem.
That
with
sucks
stick
if
drift.
that's true.
Which one of y'all stick
Sucks.
drifted me? Hey,
I hope I don't get that. 'cause that shit's
Yeah,
annoying.
Sergeant Rake in the chat says stick drift and the adaptive triggers breaking,
Man,
and turning off that external microphone thing, or that so when you're playing Destruction All Stars, people can't hear you.
Fonz, what if
saying
you're
horrible
playing
things.
Doom Eternal on your PS5 and
Dealer, don't you do it.
you got to jump?
And I can't because it's going left because of stick drift. I'll be pissed.
He said had just done these fools. Hey, again,
Shout out to Obi-Wan,
everybody.
by the way.
Say what?
Yeah,
Shout out to Obi-Wan, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Obi-Wan.
He likes jumping in Doom.
Yeah, he loves it. Shout out to Obi-Wan. And Shoguns, who's been a moderator. I rarely see Shoguns. I know he's in here, but every time I see him in the middle of doing some shit and I forget to mention him, Shogun's a moderator. He's been here forever. And he just got in here. That might be why I forgot. Also, shout out to Ashtray Gaming, channel member, who just deleted his own message. I don't know why. Also, we've got Miles Dampier. Who's a moderator. We've got Kirby Louise, who is a game developer and a moderator. I'm gonna moderate Asa here soon.
Can you?
Asa
Yeah,
Game on
I'm going to
Daily's
say
here.
you're going to have to
Look at
ban Asa for what he just wrote.
Asa, what did he just say?
He said, going by this gameplay footage, I'd say Series X has full-on stick wonk.
Hey, I'm
Oh,
actually getting
man.
used to the drag shots. Okay, that's what I call them. And plus,
Oh
my
my
TV
God.
was off when I was playing this. In my defense,
I like how
Yeah,
Asa is
you
such a
got- you
quiet,
got stick
nice
drift, bro.
person on his podcast, but he gets in here and he
he's
just
like,
starts
"Y'all are
getting
fuck faces."
starts sharpening
Holy
his
shit, you're
nails.
missing so many shots.
I know,
Dealer.
right? I'm just shooting. I'm like, "Hey, does this have suppression like Battlefield 3?"
Sorry, guys. Dealer uses his DualSense 5.
And
when
my
we're playing
TV's
it.
off in my defense. Don't worry, I'll montage all this to the the
Oh,
stuff
Rand,
that I actually did
Rand's
get
in the
some shots.
chat.
Who?
Randall.
Who's
Randall.
Rand?
Rand out
That's a
Thor.
confirmed face sitter.
I see you.
Taylor.
What's
Hey,
up, bud?
shout out to Rand. He could be in here right now, but he doesn't want to be. And of course, shout out to Zalker, who is at Rand's house right now. And after the show, they're gonna play some games together.
Confirmed face.
Hey, we're gonna get the fuck out of here, though. Thank you for joining us. It's been about an hour and a half. We don't have a time
Rand
for the
shows
show. We
up,
just,
Dealer's like, we're going to end the show.
I think that's pretty much
Yeah,
most
just
all the
ruined it.
topics,
Rand
right?
ruins it. He comes in and it's like, okay, it's time to go.
I wanted Rand on the show, but he said no. You're gonna have to like really fork over like some serious cash. I'm like, sorry, I
He's
just
like-
can't do it.
He's like, you at least got to be 4 thumbnails in it for me.
Snake Eyes. Shout out to Snake Eyes. He says love and appreciate Colt Dealer, Zalker, Tim Dawg, D-Batch, and of course Grounded Gamer is a fraud.
And he's a
gonna
channel
break his
member now.
PlayStation 5 and act like it was an accident. Shout out to Snake Eyes for coming to channel member. Yeah, I agree. Fonz is a fraud. And then we've got one more game. Asa says love you XX. You forgot the last X. But yeah, thank you. Ace is awesome. And check out GameOnDaily.com. Again, they're not corporately owned. This is not a sponsorship, not being paid to say that. It's just a legitimately great site. And they're competing with these corporate-owned, IGN and all this stuff. But I feel like they're doing a better job in many cases. So check them out. Check their link down below. Check out my Patreon link down below if you want to be a patron. That updates about the 5th or 6th of every month. If you're a shout-out tier, that'll update about the 5th or 6th of the next month. And same for everything else. Shout out to the awesome moderators, Lita Papa, Obi-Wan, Shoguns, Kirby, and everyone else. And also the panel here. Support these guys. Go check out their channels and watch their shit. And, of course, hit a like button if you haven't. Subscribe here. Hit the bell icon. And Bonzarelli, please damage control Cyberpunk in a video soon, please.
Okay.
He's like, fuck you.
You're going to hell for that. Anyway, so you can find me at The Grounded Gamer here on YouTube, where I'm going to start, now that I have a PS5, I'm going to start my own podcast and call it Xbox Sucks.
Uh-huh.
And I want to invite everybody here to it. I know you'll all come. And no,
All right.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, you can
What
find
happened
me
to your
there at The
Stadia
Grounded Gamer.
podcast?
Dude,
Oh man.
you had to bring that up.
I did. I'm sorry.
You know that's a sore spot for me, bro.
Google.
Wait. There's a Stadia quote that Rand told me today.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully I can do this justice. You might have to have him jump in, but Phil Harrison said that when the folks at Stadia saw, hey Rand, when the folks at Stadia saw that Xbox bought Bethesda, that was when they closed up shop and said, look, we're not spending that kind of money to get first party content on our platform. We're out.
Now, is that
Anyways, I
confirmed
was
or is
doing my
that just
outro
like something
call
off
before
Reddit?
you
or something?
rudely interrupted me.
So rude.
Rude.
Make a video.
Zucker,
Why
did
don't
you
make a
see
video
this on
about it?
Reddit a
Oh,
week ago?
now it's make a video. You know what? Now that I got a PlayStation, I'm not going to have time for that either. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, it's been great. Chat's been awesome as usual, man. I swear the chat is amazing, and you notice that with the chat now, it's gotten to the point where pretty much everybody who types in here is just very positive. You get that rare one negative comment, but it's really a positive chat. I love these guys. These guys are awesome. But yeah, find me at the Grounded Gamer on YouTube, Twitter. You can find me. And yeah, I've been playing Remnant on Game Pass. That's been a pretty fun game. It's 30 frames though, which kind of sucks, but it's fun. It's like a Souls-like game with guns. It's pretty fun. But anyway.
Well, we're glad that you
Now
and so you got your face blown off by that Fallout 4 mod on Series X, right? Last week you were talking about that.
Yeah. I talked about it last time. The 60 frames mod works really well on that game. It looks really good. But man, I need some fresh new games though. Like after I play this Remnant, I'm gonna need Xbox and Sony to kick out some fresh new games because I'm dying over here.
Boom, perfect timing.
You call me
Rand.
out enough times, I'm going to join the show, dude.
Randall, yes.
Oh, now Rand joined.
That's why I did it.
Okay.
That's why I
Rand,
did it.
we're off the air though.
Hey, Rand, we're not even live anymore.
You're
not even live no more? Oh well.
No,
we're still on.
Hey,
Go
Rand,
ahead.
can you send us a picture of what you ate today?
I'm eating some wheat thins right now, dealer.
What flavor?
I was enjoying some RDX, listening to what you guys were saying.
We saw you in the chat. We wanted you to come in here. We just had to take
poured
shots.
nothing but love your way and positivity.
Rand, did I say that Stadia
negative.
thing? Did I give that Stadia thing? They say it correctly?
Yeah, pretty much. There was Kotaku had a article about Phil Harrison who did a question and answer to all the developers of, like, hey, sorry, we fired you after 3 days after saying we were doing really good, and he said that one of the reasons why they decided to shut it down was essentially because they saw that Microsoft bought Bethesda and how much money it would take to compete, and they're like, nah, we're good, fam. Later.
So get the fuck out of here, Phil Harrison.
Oh, you mean we're gonna spend $10 billion to compete? Nah, we're good, fam.
Yeah, he already ran the Xbox One into the ground at launch. He, I can't believe they hired him for that. But 4 Titans in the cloud and whatnot, right? How you feel about that, Randall?
Yeah. Feel great, dealer.
Great.
I think it's great. I think
it's cold though, bro. Like we
super
got 15
cold.
inches of snow. 15 inches of snow last night.
It's the windy. It's the windy area over there.
It is.
And I'm in the kind of close windy area, so it's one of those things where it's cold as shit. Santa Claus he ain't fucking around this year. He's a little late though.
Shout out to my buddy in Texas who has no power right now, so he can't even hear me right now. But shout out to you eating beanie weenies in the corner, trying to stay warm.
Beanie weenie.
Why is he gotta be in the corner?
He took a picture on his phone and sent it to me, and he was all bundled up. And I mean, he had a beanie, everything on in his house because it's like 40 degrees in his house. And he's freaking eating a can of like beanie weenies. I'm like, dude,
was he warming his hands over the Xbox Series X vents?
There's no power.
Dang
power,
it,
dude.
Yeah,
no power.
He's got to warm his hands over ice cubes. That fucking sucks.
There is fish tanks freezing inside people's homes right now in Texas. That's that cold.
But now your Series X won't overheat if you have power, but your heater's out.
Yeah,
you can use the Xbox Series X to heat your house.
That's true.
As we know from back in the day. Did you guys talk about the Infinity Cache stupidity that people?
Yeah, we covered that, Randall.
Yeah,
we liked it.
Yeah.
You can add to it.
Randall, I had to stop them from talking shit, making a diss track live on air. Okay, I really had to stop these fine, distinguished League of Extraordinary Dumpster.
I can imagine D-Batch and Tim. Like Tim was going in on Twitter yesterday.
It was a call out, like the bat signal. Instead of a bat,
yeah.
it was like a the poo emoji going up into the air.
No, some guy like tagged every like crumb side
yeah.
PlayStation
Dumpster made me
social
5.
media account, like help me about this Infinity Cash. And I said,
It's still
"Look,
online.
You shot a
just
flare
called
in the air.
League of Distinguished Dumpsterness.
All right, well,
Hey, Tim, can we
anyway,
get a
that's
shout?
enough of hit
Can
'em
we
up
get a
from
shout,
Tupac. We're gonna get the
Tim?
fuck out of here. We're gonna do some outros.
I'm too shot.
Oh, I wanted to hear a nerds. All right.
Hey, Yodani, by the way, Yobani
Yeah.
says if Xbox keeps buying studios, we're going to find out really hard. It really had Infinity Cash, yes. Also, Cold Eastwood, tell people where you've been playing and where can people find you, brother.
I haven't really been playing. I did that
Exposed.
interview with Jason Ronald this morning, like early, 8 in the morning, and it was pretty cool to talk to him. So I'll have that up at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll be preparing that. And yeah, like Dealer said, keep some expectations in check, but there's some actually pretty cool news with this stuff. I'm excited.
Just watch his video, chat. That's what he's saying. Like, no matter how bad it is, just watch it.
So it's okay. It's okay when Colt doesn't reveal the secret for his video tomorrow. But
Like, literally, he's under NDA. It's different.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
not
under
like
NDA
D-Bash is
embargo.
like, well, I can't tell you because I made a video earlier.
Colt, but is the video? Does your audio come through the video this time?
Yes. That's what I'm most excited about personally, because yeah, after
You had to
I
overdub
was
it last
done, I
time,
checked
and it looked like an old Japanese movie.
Did you blow up
lips
your
were all just going-
post-stamp size face on the corner of the screen?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
isn't it pretty interesting that Xbox executives and people come on podcasts and interview, but you never see PlayStation dudes going to like the dumpster channels to talk to them about stuff?
That's not true. I went to Shake Shack with Phil. I mean, not Phil, but Jim Loose Lips Ryan.
can't
I mean,
You
I
got
don't
to
know.
get confused
It's
again.
almost
We
like
broke bread
Colt is.
there.
It's almost like Colt is respected, not among not
Yeah.
only us, but as well as everybody at Xbox. They think very highly of him.
yeah.
I'm camping out my chair, waiting to see if Mark Cerny's going to show up on some channels that are PlayStation centric, but basically are just hate Xbox centric. They're not
Do they have
PlayStation
nice-
fans.
Do they have
They
nice
just hate
ears?
Xbox.
Damn, I wish this Randall
Right.
was on Twitter more often. What
No
the fuck?
kidding.
What?
Get him out of the
He
bush.
said, huh?
Excuse me?
His head
Right.
turned real
I
quick
like
like the
this
baby
part.
in the beginning of Kung Pao, and he
I
flew
thought,
under
I
the
thought
bed.
Rand used a guy named Darge Knight for that.
No, we've been telling Rand for years when we get.
I
when
love
we-
Darge. I told him
we
not to
see-
do that, but he did.
Church.
When we see Dark Rand, like we all applaud, and the masses applaud when Rand goes a little savage, and we need to see that again. It's been a while.
Well, Rand's been going a little hard, and I suggest we just give Rand a little bit of melatonin and chill the fuck out a little bit. Because once Rand snaps, it's over.
Wait, what? Rand, what are you doing awake?
That would be
He just
better,
woke up,
better
Colt. He
served
just
if
woke
it was
up.
8 a.m. Colt, and you'd be like, "What are you doing awake?"
You're the best, Rand.
I missed your guys' Sea of Thieves session with Miles, but
'Cause you was
still hate
sleeping.
Sea of Thieves, don't you?
Hey, Miles, by the way, that footage got corrupted mysteriously.
I've got all my footage, Miles. I've got proof that we had fun. So.
That's not even true, Miles. By the
I'm
way,
good,
enough with Cold Eastwood and everybody. Hey, D-Batch, tell people where they can find you, brother, and what have you been playing, benchmarking?
You actually happen. You can find me on Twitter at D_batch. On YouTube, of course, at D_batch. I dropped a video yesterday where I served some crow and talked more about what we talked about today on the Infinity Cache and that stuff. I've been really benchmarking a lot. I've been building a lot of PCs. The last few days, I kind of took a time out for myself. I've been building all these really nice rigs, and then I looked at one of my rigs and was like, what the hell, man? I'm building all these nice rigs, and mine looks like crap. So I rebuilt my rig, and I've just been
You swapped yours out for customers, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you're ordering. It looks like this
After
now.
he scalped that Series X.
So I've been just doing benchmarks just to make sure that it's stable. So I haven't really got to play
The
anything.
crab
I
dab.
will say though, when you guys were talking the last 2 minutes, I refreshed the Microsoft site, and the wireless headset popped into stock, and I was able to freaking order it, man.
How many
you
did you
didn't
sell
tell
to
us on purpose because you bought every single one of them.
Yeah.
D-Batch.
I'll talk to you guys off the air what happened. But
Well,
yeah.
follow D-Batch at D-Batch. Again, if you want a PS5, a Series X, S, follow D-Batch. He'll tell you when the fuck they're there. Also, we got Randall Thor jumped in randomly. Randall, tell us what you've been playing and where can we find you, buddy?
Randomly, you basically baited
I
me into
insulted
joining
you
the
until you joined the
podcast.
show. Yes,
That's
randomly.
right.
Go ahead.
I finished both Hitman 3 and Little Nightmares 2 and they're both incredible. Like I wholeheartedly recommend both of them, especially
would you
if you
give
like
Little
the
Nightmares?
original. I'd give it probably an 8.5 or a 9.
You need to bring
But-
back those indie reviews.
Yeah, nobody cares about those though. I talk about them on the podcast. But unfortunately, for those of you who want to see a next-gen version of Little Nightmares 2, you're going to have to wait because this version is still 30 frames, but it is an incredible game.
It's a little blurry
regardless.
too, I tell you that. Because I bought it when Randall said, "This is amazing, game of the generation." No, I like
but you
the
played
first
the
one.
original Nightmares.
I liked
It was
it.
really good.
Yeah.
The artwork is good in that game, man.
But yeah, I'm
it
gonna
in
wait.
Game
I
Pass?
did buy it because you
No.
can't be having developers get $1 if it ever goes in Game Pass. So I did want to support it, and
Yeah, you have to
on
support
Rand's
the game.
word, I did do so,
That Xbox
which I was going to
power.
do anyway. But I trust Randall.
And Hitman 3 also. I finished. I went through all Hitman 1 and 2 and 3, and it was an incredible experience.
Mm.
And Hitman 3 looks ridiculous
Does it?
on the Series X. Yeah.
Nice. That's good. I hear that it doesn't have enough RAM for the guns. Is that true? Are there guns in that game?
There are some guns, true. You'd hate this game because it requires patience. We all
No,
know
it
you don't have
requires
any
forced
patience.
stealth. You fraud. There's a difference.
No, it does
Anyway,
require
enough about
patience.
Randolph Thor. We got
much stealth.
We got the Grounded Gamer who already did an outro earlier. But
Yeah, I already did it.
all right, and then we've got xCloud Tim Dawg. Where can we find you, buddy, and what you've been playing?
You can find me at Twitter, xCloud Tim Dawg. One of the reasons why I'm so tired right now is because I finally finished Yakuza. It was about I don't know, so many nights till 6 a.m. Just staying up playing it. Really good game. It's a JRPG. If you get a shot, I mean, I've talked about it for 3 weeks. It's an amazing game. It's on sale right now if you want to get it. So I finished that, and under Rand's advice, I also bought Little Nightmares 2, and I'm going to start that up.
Yeah.
How much is that?
Hey, shout out to Immortal Jedi for the Twitter curb stomping. He goes
$29.
savage on certain
It's $30.
Oh, it's too rich for my blood.
Well, I know the Colt Eastwood got you that Fallout, and you said, "Fuck that noise." I almost bought you the expansion for that, by the way. I'm glad I didn't now.
I never said F that noise. I like Fallout.
I just like to get a
Amazing, that
reaction out of
mod.
you.
Jeez.
Hey, Zalker, tell people where they can find you, buddy, and where you've been playing.
Just you find me on Twitter at Zalker87, YouTube Zalker87. I've been playing the Ezio collection. I started Revelations. I beat Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, and now I'm on the third one. And I'm going to start playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla at the same time. Yeah, so
You haven't
playing
played
those,
that yet?
and
Wait for the
no,
refresh.
I waited for patches on Valhalla. I just waited, and now that they have,
It's still
patches
broke.
on it. Yeah, I mean it might be broken,
Didn't
but
you
it's,
play it
I
at
hope
launch,
it's gonna be
Fonz?
better.
How do you know it's still broke?
Because I follow the forums and stuff, and I have a friend playing through it now. The ending can still get broke.
How's it broke?
Well, it's gonna take me a while to get there, and
There's
because
some
I know
kind
the
of
game
bug
is
with it.
like massive. So,
You
but yeah,
might
playing
get, you
those.
might get a mission at the end. You might
Hey,
not.
shout out to
It's just
Underachiever
like-
too. We're playing Division 2 in the footage here with Underachiever and Colt Eastwood, and I think a few randoms that jumped in,
Ooh-wee.
and my little healing hive bot. So yeah,
Lethal
follow
Papa
Zalker at
says that you can
Zalker87, and of course,
Lethal Papa wrote, you can catch Zocker making videos daily,
No.
savage
Every other day.
3 times a week.
every other day.
Every other day. And you know
Monday,
it's a
Wednesday,
Gotta
Zocker
let my
video
muscles
when you-
breathe a little.
And you know it's a Zocker video when you see the casket on the thumbnail.
And you know it's a Rand video when you see Colt make it for him. Oh, you want me to go there, Rand? We'll go there.
Rand, you should already know
Yeah.
better. Okay, Zalker's
Well, at
pretty
least-
decent at shit talking. He's all right.
I know. But one channel's alive, one channel's dead. So.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit!
All right, well, you're both frauds.
Why you gotta talk about Falls like
Oh,
that?
Sure, you
man.
can talk about Fonz like that. Leave Fonz out of
Suicide
this.
King says join Zucker's only.
Yeah, keep me out of it, Rand.
Join Zalker's.
I'm sorry, Vons.
Hey, we still got 1,500 people here listening to us talk about this. Hey, if you haven't hit the like button, let's get up closer to 1,000 for the end of the show, which is right now. And of course, retweet this. We do appreciate it. You can make us one of the biggest Xbox podcasts in the history of podcasts. Thank you so much. We're getting the fuck out of here. See ya.
Nice.
Dirt